really appreciate you taking the time to show up so that we can celebrate this moment together. So excited to have Scannell building a new building in our community. Excited even more so to have Corteva, with a long history in agricultural seeds, joining us here in our community. You know, I mentioned, I think, to several different people that we all take seeds for granted, but it's an incredibly important business that enables us to feed the entire world. And this particular company, Corteva, has a long history in this business, all the way back to the Roosevelt era, and research, and I believe started then as Pioneer Seeds, and moved along, and today they're one of the largest producer and provider of agricultural seeds in the world. We're tickled to death to have them here in Anderson, Indiana. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our mayor, Thomas Broderick Jr., and turn it over to him.
Well, thank you, Greg. Good morning, everyone. Again, there's a few more seats up here. If you don't want to stand, feel free to come on up. It is a beautiful day out here. A little on the windy side, right? But it's okay. I'd like to welcome all of you, and I'd certainly want to welcome Scannell Properties and also Corteva, Agriscience, for being here today and helping to continue to build our community. As you probably know, Scannell is an international company with offices all around the country, including one here locally in the Indianapolis area. And these folks are exceptional developers that work on projects such as this, as well as several other different types. And anytime they put their stamp on something, it always means that it's going to be a first-class operation. So we certainly appreciate their working with us and able to make this a reality. And of course, Corteva, as Greg alluded to, has a long history, going, as he said, going way back, actually, going way back even a little before that with Dow and DuPont, who eventually formed together various different aspects of their businesses, which ultimately then eventually spun off to this particular operation. And these guys, again, are another global leader. They have locations throughout the world, Africa, Asia, Europe, and we're so proud that they've chosen us as their continuation of their North America operations. One of the things that we really pride ourselves in and have over the last several years is the opportunity to try to diversify our business footprint, and this takes us in a direction that way that's going to be very important to us as we move forward into the future. And as far as diversity is concerned, I also want to mention that when it comes to inclusion and diversity, that Corteva has made it one of their platforms to make sure that they have a great deal of inclusion and equity in their operations. In fact, they were named in 2022 by Forbes magazine to be a leader in that front here in our country. So welcome, and thank you so very much for making Anderson part of your community. We certainly welcome you into ours. This here is a culmination which we find very interesting. The last 2 or 3 weeks we've had various announcements here in the community. We will have another one next week, but this puts us at about, for the last 3 weeks, $58 million in new investments, and also creating over 200 plus jobs. So we're so excited that this is continuing on, and that would not happen if not for a lot of great teamwork. I'd like to thank Greg Winkler and his economic development team for doing the work that they do. Greg, along with Karen Santega, and also Ayako Gert, Levi Rinker, Gretchen Parker, and Leona Brown. Not only did they help set all this up today and help land this, but they also brought the hot cider, right? So we certainly appreciate that. I also want to do a shout out and thank the Madison County Corporation Economic Development and Rob Sparks. Rob's going to be up here in a moment. He and his crew do a great job. We partner with them constantly to try to continue to bring in new business into our community. I'd also like to thank the folks at Flagship, Terry Truitt's here today. We often call upon them to utilize their facilities for our site visits, and they're always a great partner to helping to incubate and bring in new business in our community. I'd also like to thank our various department heads that have played a role in this, everywhere from our Municipal Development Department. Todd Fisher's here today. We have our electrical folks involved, Tony Pichard, our water pollution with Ryan Pascal, our water department with Neil McKee, an assortment of others that always are there at the table for site visits to make sure that people see the positive aspects of Anderson, and we answer the questions that our new developers need in order to bring about these operations. So again, congratulations. It's a big day for Anderson. We appreciate it. And at this time, I would like to call upon Rob Sparks of the Madison County Corporation Economic Development to come forward. Rob, where are you? Here he comes, right here. Give Rob a hand.
Hey, I appreciate the opportunity to speak. These projects do take a lot of teamwork, and I was thinking Amir took most of my thunder on the utility folks. This one had a really short timeline, and Justin with Scannell was a perfect partner to work with. I got a shout out to him as well. Get to sit next to Ryan with the company, but it takes a lot to bring these together. This one was fast paced, and as you can see, they're not stopping for us to talk even, so just appreciate the opportunity to be here, and welcome to the community.
So most of you know this, but when we have economic development projects, before they can be publicly announced, they often get project names. Sometimes those are interesting. This is Project Turbo, and they weren't kidding. So I'm going to ask Justin to come up now from Scannell to talk a little bit about Scannell, the company, and what they're doing here and why this project was so important to them. Justin.
On behalf of Scannell Properties, I am happy to be part of this part of the groundbreaking festivities here today, and excited to deliver this great project to Corteva and the city of Anderson. With Scannell Properties being founded in Indianapolis, we always love these projects that are in our backyard and take pride in delivering quality projects to the communities in which we develop. When Corteva first approached us for this project in May, they had one simple request: deliver this project by June of next year. Now, I think I can speak for everyone involved from the Corteva team on down that there was a healthy bit of skepticism on whether or not this goal was achievable. But we got to work, as Greg mentioned, affectionately naming this project Project Turbo, given the speed at which this project would have to move. And lucky for us, we found a great partner in the city of Anderson. From day one, city staff rolled out the red carpet for us and did everything in their power to ensure this project remained on time and on schedule, assisting us throughout the entitlement process. And thankfully, I'm happy to announce, taking part in these groundbreaking festivities today, we are one step closer to making Corteva's request a reality. Of course, none of this could have been possible without a great team of people working behind the scenes. First off, I'd like to thank the Madison County Economic Development Group for all their efforts throughout this process. From the first day we reached out, Rob Sparks, Tonya Simpson, and Monique Flores got to work assisting us with identifying a potential site for our development, pulling together an introductory meeting with city staff, coordinating the land acquisition, and staying involved every step of the way. I'd also like to thank Greg Winkler and Ayako Gert with the City of Anderson Economic Development Group for their continued support of the project, as well as City Engineer Matt House and Tim Stiers and Micah Mitchell with the Municipal Development Group for all their hard work and efforts during the entitlement process. I'd like to thank the Corteva team for their assistance and coordination during the pre-construction process, as well as our design and construction partners, American Structure Point and Meridian Design Build, for their willingness to do whatever it took to ensure this project was ready to start on time. And finally, I'd like to give a big thank you to Bill Mort and Cindy Cullip, without whom we would not have a parcel to develop. At Scannell Properties, our focus is not on buildings. Our primary focus is building lasting relationships with our clients and the communities in which we build. These relationships extend to the next project and beyond. We truly appreciate the hospitality shown to us in Anderson and look forward to being part of the Anderson community. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. You know, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, we kind of all take the seed business for granted. My wife Tonda's here, and I can tell you back in the turn of the century, there were a lot of independent seed companies. My wife's family actually owned one, Elliott Seeds, Ohio County, Indiana. And then as we went through the Great Depression and came out, things really started to change. The science became very sophisticated, the products became better, and that brings us to where we are now with some remarks from Ryan White, the Regional Production Lead for Corteva Agriscience. Ryan?
Thank you, and thank you for being here today as we celebrate the groundbreaking of this facility here with Scannell in the city of Anderson. It really is Project Turbo. We have been moving very quickly, and we appreciate all those partnerships. So my name is Ryan White. I'm the Regional Production Lead for Corteva Agrisciences. I have responsibility for doing seed production here in the state of Indiana and parts of Ohio. And that's what this facility will help us service, primarily with our Pioneer flagship brand. So as we worked with our partners and started to look at where do we want to build a regional distribution center, really it came down to just a few things. Really, one was our proximity to our customers. Agriculture is core to Corteva Agriscience. It's what we do. We serve farmers and we work with our farmer partners to grow seed. So we do have, right here in the state of Indiana, a big agricultural presence, right? And all the way into Ohio, and so we can serve our farmer customers from this facility. The other is proximity to our seed production facilities. Our seed production facilities in Tipton, Indiana, that grows corn, soybeans, and wheat, which will feed into this facility, as well as Rushville, Indiana, where we process and bring in seed corn. Both of those facilities will ship seed direct to customers, but a vast majority of that seed will come here through this facility prior to heading out to our Pioneer sales representatives and dealers across the state of Indiana and Ohio. So that's just a little bit of it. I'll add on to that the proximity to our what we call our core carrier base. Sometimes we talk about we take agriculture for granted. Sometimes it's also those truckers and haulers that also haul the seed every day that we wanted to be in good proximity to our what we call our core carrier base, or our key carriers that haul our seed to our sales representatives. And then just the overall proximity to the logistics here at Anderson that it offers to move our seed in and out. So at the end of the day, we're just excited to be part of the community. We're excited for the partnership with Scannell, and we look forward to the future here and being part of the community in Anderson and the jobs and all of that it'll bring. So thank you, and we'll be around for questions afterwards.
Well, thank you, Ryan and Justin, and thank all of you folks for being here today. Also, I want to acknowledge we have our City Councilman, Rick Muir here. So, Rick, thank you for being here. I don't know if there's any other council folks. I don't see any right now. Also want to acknowledge Redevelopment Commission and the members that are here as well. They oftentimes are involved in a multitude of our projects. And also, I'd like to thank the City Council members also that support our endeavors. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and walk over towards the front where the shovels are. I think Karen has already indicated some folks that are going to be joining us there, but if you would also all join in and participate and help us count it down, and we will officially break the ground that these guys have started a few days ago. So thank you again for being here.